You're not lazy. You're burned out. Here are the signs that you are burnout. Are you someone who easily gets tired and doesn't feel like doing anything? Do you lately spend most of your time in bed, lying down and not doing much lately? Do you call yourself or this behavior as mere laziness and nothing more? There's actually a lot of overlap between laziness and burnout that can make it difficult to differentiate between the two. Burnout is an extremely tired, heart-tired, soul-tired kind of expression. A lot of people usually portray their negative meaning as a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive stress and an inability to cope with it. Just think about a person who lying down and not doing much and doesn't feel like doing anything. We label these types of behaviors as laziness. Although there is an overlap between laziness and burnout, but we need to differentiate these two behaviors. And society needs to pay attention to it too. As per a recent survey in the USA, almost 75% of adults are reportedly burnout, and amongst them, 45% of cases are intense. Now, with this startling rise in cases, it's become more important than ever for us to educate ourselves and better understand the nature of burnout, especially when we ourselves are at risk. Disconnected from everything, watching life from outside of themselves, or going through the motions of every day as if on autopilot. They don't feel like themselves anymore, they don't feel engaged by anything, and they constantly struggle with an overwhelming sense of helplessness and inability to take back control of their lives. Used to be motivated, a lazy person does not always want to work hard or to work hard at things. But if you have been self-motivated and very successful, you tend to do well in certain areas, and you just get tired, indifferent, and lacking in motivation. Become moody and irritable. Do you find yourself suddenly and easily offended? Do you often feel emotionally drained, but you do not know why? However, symptoms of fatigue and irritability are often signs of burnout. Neglecting your self-care. One of the most distressing warning signs that someone may be emotionally and physically burned out is if they start neglecting their self-care and socially withdrawing from others. There are concerning changes in their eating and/or sleeping pattern. Procrastination. Burned out people always love to hang out with procrastination. If you would have been lazy, procrastination would show its face rarely. But in the case of burning out, it would greet you at the start of the morning, with you feeling completely down and depressed. Constant headache. Burned out people feel as if someone is hammering their head. It feels like all the fluid in the skeletal is dancing and punching from insides. If you are dealing with a constant headache and drained off motivation, it's better to seek out the doctor. Crave for Friday. Burned out people long for weekends. They wake up each day to complete it somehow and wait for weekends. For them, Monday is the most miserable day of the week. It feels like hell to work on Monday. Short attention span. You struggle to get started on tasks, miss deadlines, or procrastinate uncharacteristically. Cynicism. You believe you'll fail, so you have a hard time convincing yourself to start or try anything. You may also be overly critical of your coworkers or boss ideas. Insomnia. You have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep and commonly dream about work. Those dreams are occasionally, or frequently, nightmares. Remember, burning out doesn't mean you're weak, incapable, or a failure. People don't burn out because they're weak. They burn out because they overdo it and live with stress for so long that their bodies take over in defense. But by the time the body takes over, it's usually too late. Even after making professional and personal changes, the effects of burnout might linger for a lifetime. It is very important for us to activate our awareness of burnout instead of simply dismissing it as laziness as most other people do. Are these signs familiar to you? How many signs do you relate to? What do you think causing, and what do you plan to do next? If you know someone, or if you were suffering from mental or emotional burnout, please don't hesitate to reach out to someone. You are not alone. Your friends, family, me, and there are other available mental care professionals today that can guide or help you with it. Feel free to leave a comment down below with your thought and suggestions. Share this video, maybe you can help other people out there who are battling the haze of burnout.